how do you encourage or how do you teach someone how to play Daggerheart? Like what if it's someone who's watching this video now, maybe it's a critter, maybe it's someone who's never played a role-playing game or has always been curious about it, how do you encourage them and how do you teach them? Like, what do they need to know?
Daggerheart, like other tabletop games out there, is a place to facilitate the creation and living of a part of you that doesn't get a chance to express itself, whether you realize it or not. And that's the magic of tabletop games. You know, this system in particular is designed to hold your hand and gently welcome you from warm bath to warm bath through the creation stage of realizing what that part of you is. You know, to be like, hey, there's a part of you in there that you've wanted to step into its shoes and let it live its own little life for a bit. You might know it very well, and if you don't, we're gonna walk you through the process until you realize it by the end. And then once you have that persona kind of manifested, once you have an idea of that little fragment in your mind that you're excited to explore, then it's a system that lets you go running with it immediately. The dice and the dynamic of how you play ushers you through conflict, to social engagement, to magnificent celebration, fluidly from beat to beat, without the gear shift that can be very abrasive in other systems. The hope and fear mechanic allows for a constant dynamic push and pull that facilitates cinematic play and facilitates the yes and improvisation of collaborative storytelling that many people truly love and engage with. So if you are new to this game, it is definitely by design a gentle way to bring you into that world and hand you the right tools and then run alongside you until you realize you're already sprinting without any help.
It's a very elegant system. I feel like it's a very easy one to learn, especially as you go. For a game master, and that's always a big leap for some folks, is to like telling that story. What's your advice there?
I would say, well, like any major system, it's easier to learn as a newcomer than it is to unlearn habits from older and other systems.
I love making new characters. I'm obsessed with it, and one of the ways that I love to do that is through heroforge.com. You can make virtually any type of character you want, and now you can take anything from HeroForge and print them out inside of your own customized dice. HeroForge custom dice literally offer a story in every roll. They're 3D printed using the same process as HeroForge's color printed minis. The clear material of the dice is printed in exactly the same layers as the item the character is bust inside, resulting in a solid and perfectly weighted dice. Anything that you can find on heroforge.com can be added into the dice maker and printed out in dice form. Do visit heroforge.com to start designing your custom miniature and dice today. Check back often. They are constantly updating the website with brand new content.
What's your advice for someone who wants to game master Daggerheart? Or any role-playing game, but Daggerheart seems to be one of the more accessible ones.
If you are practiced or familiar with other systems, prepare for at least a little bit of a relearning of how you engage with it as a GM. This system is meant to be a unique way to interface as a GM, and is different in a number of ways than other systems. So there might be a little bit of a learning curve. There certainly was for me, but it's a fun learning curve. Meaning, the system is what's the word I'm looking for? It is.
Well, what struck me immediately is the fear system, and that now you've quantified big moments, whereas you sometimes just had vibes as a storyteller, as a game master. You're like, an asteroid falls down upon the party. Like now there's kind of a mechanical reason for that because you built up so much fear and the game master now has the agency.
Yes.
And you should have saw it coming. So there's a ramping tension of like, oh, these fear points, this resource for the dungeon master to do something awful has grown.
Yeah, by the very nature of the fear system, it builds tension and releases it.
Yeah.
And it invites you as the GM to utilize it when it feels right. You're still GMing based on vibes in a lot of ways,
but you got teeth now.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, it's an invitation to teach you in a way. If this is your first time storytelling, it's mechanically helping you learn how to build that tension and release it.
Exactly.
You know, something that comes honestly for most folks with just time and experience.
Right.
Now it's a built-in mechanic to kind of teach you and show you, and then with time really kind of support you in it as well.
But if you're a new game master and you keep on getting all these fear points because your players are rolling badly, you're like, oh, it's time for something bad to happen.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about that is it's not, I wouldn't say training wheels as much as mathematically you have a quiet, silent game master helping you along the way while you're game mastering, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, now you can do something.
And it's ultimately still your game, and whenever you get that spotlight, whenever you want to spend that fear, you know, you are still ultimately the arbiter of how intense these,
of course.
You know, these consequences are. You know, is a fear roll in combat, is the consequence that an enemy now gets to go, or is it really bad that you want to even crank it up further? You know, your expression of how you spend that fear is still part of that ebb and flow of the story that you and your friends at the table want to tell, and ultimately you're still telling it together as friends, unless you all really wanted a very antagonistic experience at the table, in which case, power to you. But that's definitely a mutual buy-in scenario. So yeah, like it's still very much just you and your friends telling a story and you being kind of the arbiter of that world and how it reacts to the player's actions, but with a structure to build those peaks and valleys of the narrative tension, excitement, and climactic moment.
That's fantastic. Good advice.
I hope so. You know, the best advice is pay attention to your players. React with what you think will make the most exciting moment for them.
Yeah.
That can be very scary. That can be very intriguing. It could be all the different facets of just telling a story that gets people interested. You just now can use the tools in a very visible way to it. And environments are a wonderful way to do that too.
Yeah.
To build the environments in this game enable you to build out tool sets for whole sequences, whole locations that can be plucked out just like any other adversary stat block. Things that you would normally have to improvise or have to customize on the spot for many other games that most of us have experienced. There are ways to help facilitate you use something that exists or, you know, create something for yourself that works for the type of story you want to tell.
And don't think just because we're talking about fear that like this is a scary game. This is a game mechanic. Good things can happen.
Oh yeah, players get plenty of hope, and they get to do some cool shit with hope.
A game master's job is to facilitate kind of a wish fulfillment for a story.
Yeah, well, and you know, every table's different, I'm sure, and some people might disagree, but for me, the most fulfilling experience you could have at the table is creating a story that makes all of your friends happy.
Yeah.
You know?
And that, I think that's the wish I mean.
Yeah.
I like to play characters who fail.
Yeah. Doesn't mean they succeed, but it makes them happy.
Yes. Thank you so much for your time. I'm so excited for Daggerheart and everything that's coming out.
Thank you to Matthew Mercer and everyone at Darrington Press for the interview. Thank you for supporting the channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and leave a comment. That all helps the channel. And we have a Patreon page where that's how we fund creating these videos, flying around the country and affording the equipment to do these interviews. And we also make playtest material as well. Thank you so much for watching.